Hello. I'm back. Um, we left off and we were in a bastion. That's where we are. I think that there were more chests that I could get. There's definitely still a lot of brutes here, so I have to be at least semi-careful. Let me see. Yeah, this one's my sharpness one. Alright. That sounds like an Enderman who's angry with me. Couldn't tell you why an Enderman would be angry with me. I'm such a nice guy. Such a kind soul, you know? I just finished playing this horror game, the Boba Tea Shop. And it was fun, right? I really liked playing it. And I want to like edit the video because the video was way too long to upload. I think it ended up being like about 50 minutes of gameplay. And I don't want to upload a 50-minute video. But man, I was looking at Adobe and Premiere Pro. Man, it's like fucking $200 to buy that shit. For a year. It's not even like forever. Maybe if I got it forever. Hope this kills you. Cool. Are they not going to get angry at me? Hello? Sir? Hello? There you go. Now, I think there's more stuff below this bridge. If I'm not mistaken. Although I do need to be wary of brutes. Maybe there's not. Maybe this place is due to... Hello? Get hit, please. Thank you. I don't know. I want to edit the video. I don't think it would be as entertaining. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Let's just go over here and not freak out. Okay. I don't think it's going to be as entertaining if it's, like, unedited. Especially because I had died at one point. Spoiler. It smells so bad the cat just used the litter box. Oh god. I have a candle nearby. Give me 1 second. Oh god. I'm sorry. Oh god. I'm gonna go grab a lighter. But yeah, there was a point at which I died. And I was like, I don't need you to... I died at, like, the end of a day. And I sitting there, I was like, I don't need them to rewatch me play through this entire day. So, I pretty much didn't talk for, like, my second attempt on that day. And... yeah. So now I, like, kind of have to edit it. It's not even something that is just like, oh, I kind of want to do this for the production quality. I think this bastion is done. I think it's donezo the way we be bonzo. I don't know. I wanted to play games for a little bit, and I realized I didn't have a Minecraft episode recorded, so I figured I would hop on and play Minecraft, finish it off. It's the same day as when I found the bastion. So, nothing new has really happened since that last episode in terms of my life. This is nothing. This is a big fat nothing of an area. I'm gonna dig through. I realized I had a little bit of pizza before starting this episode. And I realized all day today. Like, nothing to eat but freaking junk. I had chips and pizza and chips, and then I had more pizza. I had some candy. Like, literally the most American-ass diet you could have I had today. I'll find a piece of ancient debris down here while I'm doing this. No, it's normally, like, below the lava that you find it. I really want to look for, like, ancient debris just underneath the lava. I don't really want to go to the bastions right now because of how freaking annoying it is to get the bastions. I feel like it's not fun to watch that because I don't do it the fun way with all the TNT and stuff. Let's see, I just need to go... Actually, no, I do need to go this way. Get back to my portal. So, let's go this way more. I normally just go down there with, like, an efficiency 5 pickaxe and have at it. And I have, like, mending on the pickaxe so that when I find, like, you know, quartz or gold nuggets, you know, the durability gets back a little bit and I don't lose my pickaxe looking for it. And normally, when I do that, I get, like, an incredible amount of ancient debris. A lot faster than when I use TNT. I don't think TNT is a very good method of getting ancient debris. I'm sorry to all of the TNT. Listen, I understand that it's more fun. But also, TNT is expensive, man. You need like 5 pieces of gunpowder. I don't have that. I use all my gunpowder for rockets. And you see how many rockets I go through. A lot. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't know, it's a lot. I go through a lot of freaking rockets. This nether kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I know I complain about, like, the basalt a lot, but, like, there really isn't anything here. I don't see any Crimson Forest, or, like... What's the blue one? Warped? I think it's Warped Woods or some shit. Why is this new areas that... Like, the lava hasn't even loaded in yet? You guys hear Mango? He's the one that just stunk my room up using the freaking litter box. I normally don't have the litter box in my room. I normally have it in the living room, but because I had people over last night, I moved it out of the living room because I didn't want everybody to deal with it. And now I have to deal with it. I need unbreaking on this thing. What I need is for these damn chunks to load, man. You would think I didn't spend like over $2,000 on my computer. You would think I'm on like a gaming laptop. My gaming laptop. My first ever computer as a kid was a laptop. I played League of Legends on it, and I would get about... ow. Go away. I would normally get about like 15 frames on average. And that's one of those things where when you're dealing with it, you are so used to it that you can... Like, that's how you know how to play the game, is on 15 frames. But then you get a new computer, and... Oh, fuck. And then you try to go back to 15 frames, and you're like, how the hell did I ever play this game? I was silver when I had that. Also, I was like, you know, 12. But... Alright, cool. This is... I recognize this area. This is my bastion. And this is my place. And so... I was like 13, I don't know. I was silver at the time. And when I finally got something I didn't run League at like 15 frames a second, I immediately ranked up to gold. I don't know if I ever got Platinum League. I know I was Platinum in Valorant. But MOBAs and shooters haven't really always my thing. I think the games that I'm best at are fighting games. And roguelikes. But obviously roguelikes aren't like versus other people. So, you know. Whatever. I guess some of them can be, right? Or you can like compete on leaderboards. Maybe I should try doing like roguelike high score runs. Maybe I get really good at Spelunky. I never bothered getting that good at Spelunky. For no particular reason. I don't know. Never came up. Alright, throw that in there. Got an absolute crapola ton of gold. I don't need all of this netherrack. No. I'm really glad I got another smithing plate. That saves me diamonds. Don't need this stuff. You can go into there. This and that and this. And this and that and that and that. And we'll put this here. I should turn at least some of these quartz into blocks. Cool. Hey, another fire res potion. Put these in here. I'm already running out of rockets again. I need to make a bow. That's what I really need. Maybe I should have kept that gold axe with efficiency. Oh well. Plop. I don't think I have enough, right? No, I don't have any. Wow. I thought I had like one extra. I guess not. Okay. Should I try to do a raid? What do I need to get? Oh, I need to make a bow. I've been without a bow for so long. I need to make a bow. And then... I'm not going to enchant it yet, because I can't get a level 30 enchant. I will leave the carrots here. Dude, that's a good amount of gold carrots. I'll take these. And you're only efficiency 3. Hello, you're like a stumpy one. I'm gonna need a lot more dark oak because I think all of the wood in my house is gonna be dark oak. Which I will get back to building the house one day. I swear. Alright. It will happen. Yeah, with that laptop from my childhood though. We're only at 14 minutes. I can finish this story. That laptop from when I was a kid. It was funny because I was in martial arts at the time. And my mom... I was going to a, like, tournament. Not a tournament, I'm sorry. A seminar. I didn't go to tournaments when I was in martial arts. Because I mostly trained with adults, and I was like 14, and even if I had better technique, it didn't matter because they just... it was a weight class thing, you know? They would just push me over. And I got really good at not getting touched. I remember because we would like spar, and we would have to, after sparring, say one thing that the other person did really well and say one thing that they should work on. And every single time I was done sparring, the other guy would be like, it was really hard to grab him. Like, it was really difficult getting my big meaty claws on him. They wouldn't phrase it like that. That would have been alarming if they did. But I don't know. I'll hang on to it. Maybe I want to do a wheat field one day as aesthetics. The grafting bench in here. And so, point is, I was going to this martial arts seminar. It was actually kind of insane. It was one of the more like intense things I had done in my life, especially as a kid. Like I've done crazy shit before. I ran the pack tests to get my firefighting certification. And like that was probably the hardest I've ever trained in my life, was for that. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. But this is probably the hardest thing I ever did as like a kid. Anyways, it was over the weekend. It was 2 12-hour days. You got a lunch break 5 hours in, and it was just non-stop, like sparring and training. And the only time you weren't like doing something was when the guy leading the seminar, which was one of Bruce Lee's students, super cool to be able to train with that guy. I got like his signature and everything. Bruce Lee only ever had, I think it was 4 students, and this guy was one of them. He was like, honestly, I don't know if he's still alive. He was like 70 years old. It was really cool learning from him. And so that was the only time that like we wouldn't be actively doing something, is when he was showing us what we were doing next. And I got to spar with like some of the greatest martial artists in the world. We did like a bunch of different martial arts. So one of them was like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is just grappling. And one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu people in the world, he only has 3 fingers on one hand. And you would, bro, he doesn't even have a thumb. It was like a birth defect. Like his thumb is like a little nub coming out of his hand. And you're like, how's this guy without a fucking thumb? One of the best in the world at grappling. Anyways, this is all aside the point. I was going to this seminar. I'm going to go to the Nether and look for Netherite. I went to the seminar, and my mom really wanted me to wear the shirt that I got from like my school, my martial arts school, and because some other people from my school were going, and so she wanted us all to be matching. And I was at an age where I was doing my own laundry and everything, and I forgot to do my laundry that night before, and so the shirt was dirty. And she like got home from work, and she was like, all right, are you ready? Let's go get dressed. And I like got up and I got dressed, and I just put on a black t-shirt, and she was like, why are you wearing that? Why aren't you wearing your, I need to grab lava res, fire res, I'm sorry. She's yapping. She was like, why aren't you wearing your school shirt? And I was like, oh, I didn't wash it last night, I forgot to. Oh, she got so mad at me. She was livid. Oh my god. And she started yelling at me, and then she grabbed my laptop. She didn't grab my laptop. My laptop was closed. She walked over to my laptop and punched it as hard as she could. And she was like, it's all this stupid laptop's fault. It's because you're too busy playing video games. And she broke my laptop. And I was so sad. I didn't know she broke it at the time. I was like, okay, well, you know, I don't know. And then we like left the seminar. And when I got back after the weekend, she was like, so your laptop's broken. And it sucked because it was a laptop that I had like saved money up like 3 Christmases in a row to get. It was like a $250 laptop. I was like so happy that I saved up all that money to get it and everything. And, you know, whatever, right? And then I was like, are you gonna buy me a new one? And she was like, yeah, I'll buy you a new one. And like 3 months later, she bought me a new laptop, and it was like $100 used laptop. And it was so shit, it couldn't run any games. I just didn't use it. I was like, this is garbage. I don't know why you would even bother giving this to me. This is like insulting. And she was like, it's a laptop. And I was like, it can't run any games I want. It can't even run freaking Terraria. Ugh. Yeah. Good times. Not really, terrible times. I hated that. All I liked doing on my free time was playing video games. And I couldn't even do that anymore because my laptop was broken. Broken and dead. This is probably deep enough, yeah? 16? I don't know. It's 15. I don't know how deep I normally do this. Put this on so it gets some durability back. Now my pick doesn't have mending. My iron pick does. Maybe I use my iron pick? The problem is that it doesn't have a lot of durability in general. So I'm afraid of it breaking. I guess I could just use it until it gets to, like, the red. Once it gets to the red, I'll use the diamond until I find quartz. You know? Durability management. Yeah, martial arts was really cool. I never got a black belt. But the school I went to was really cool because it wasn't one of those schools where it was, like, every belt costed, like, $100 more than the last one. Every single belt, he was like, you just have to pay me, like, how much it costs for me to get the belt, you know? So, I think every belt was, like, $20. Because that's all that it costed him to get it, and he wasn't worried about, like, profiting via belts. He profited because, you know, we were paying... Ow! Dick! Because we were paying to go there and get, you know, taught. Lava's gonna fall out on me. It is. Okay, I got it though. Please, stop. I want to get that quartz. There we go. I ended up getting a purple belt before I stopped going. And the reason why I stopped going was because the guy who was, like, in charge of doing it stopped showing up to the classes, and he would have, like, one of the more senior students teaching. But that guy didn't know how to teach a martial arts class. He was a freaking student, even if he was a senior one. And half the time, he would, like, default to me, and he would be like, Lance, you know how to do this, right? And I'm like, brother, I'm 14. Want me to teach a bunch of adults what to do? I'm here to be taught what to do. Why am I paying to teach you guys how to do something? So I stopped going. It was cool. It wasn't so much about fighting. It was more about learning, like, traditions and stuff. We learned how to fight and, you know, whatever. If you know anything about martial arts, only so much of it is, like, actually applicable in a real fight. When you're scrapping, when you're out scrapping with people, martial arts is only going to get you so far, you know. The only part about martial arts that will actually teach you, like, how to beat people in, like, a scrap is if you learn parts about it that's exploiting people's lack of knowledge on how to fight, you know. It was more just about, like, a culture thing and about the art part, less about the martial part, you know. Not a lot of ancient debris, eh? Maybe I'm not low enough. Lower. Hello again. Oh my god. I don't want to deal with all the freaking soul sand. He emailed me, the martial arts instructor, not too long. I shouldn't say not too long ago. I was like 18. Oh god. Oh god, I was 18 5 years ago. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh god, I'm old. When I was like 18, he found my email and he messaged me and he was like, hey, do you want to come do martial arts again? I'm not going to stop showing up to classes this time. But when I was 18, COVID was happening. And I was like, what the fuck would that look like? And he was like, oh, we would do it like over Zoom. And I'm like, brother, I'm not doing martial arts over Zoom. I'm sorry. That's insane. And then I wanted to join like a boxing gym. Again, something I just never got around to doing. I feel like everybody that I know that does go to a boxing gym, I'm like, oh, man, you seem like you'd be such a pain in the ass to train with. You seem like you'd be so annoying about everything. -8? Not -8, I'm just at 8. It's manageable. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, video's probably gone on. Yeah, video's gone on long enough. I'm gonna end it here. And I'm probably gonna look for a little bit more ancient debris. And then I will... And then I'll come back. I'm wary about doing ancient debris off camera because I'm afraid that you guys are gonna be like, he's cheating. But also, you're gonna be able to see all of the nether rack on the floor that's uncollected from me mining on my way back. I'll start recording on my way back home. Anyways. See ya.